So guys, it's David here, and it is currently day 453. Currently day 2 into my intense mini cut, and as I was closing for work, running around like a busy little bee, putting away the dishes, and I was thinking to myself, what exactly am I planning for tonight's feast? But then I realized I'm on a cut. I realized I have consumed pretty much all my calories and only have 300 left. So I can't have a feast. But I felt hungry and I felt like I could eat a lot. But you see, guys, I realized that I am feeling the urge to eat because I used to pretty much consume all my calories at the end of the day. I'll pretty much have a fast throughout the day and only consume protein. And when I get home, I'll just sit there and just shove down carbohydrates to end my day off. That's like my reward for the day. And today was different because I realized I can't do that tonight. If I do that, then I lost the cut. I literally have given up on the cut if I do that. So I came home today and I just had a little bit of chicken breast and some kale. And I was satisfied because I was not actually hungry, but rather it was just this habit that I had built up. And it was a trigger that was making me feel hungry. But in reality, I wasn't. It was simply a habit. So I think a lot of us have triggers in our life. Triggers that remind us of things to do. Right? For you, it may not be a trigger to have this unhealthy amount of food at the end of the night before you sleep, but to you, it may be a total different trigger. Right? You may have this trigger that makes you angry, or you may have a trigger that wants you to drink some alcohol or smoke some weed. We all have this trigger in our life that causes us some type of emotion, and we respond to that. And this concept is widely talked about. And, if you guys have read James Clear's book on atomic habits, then it talks about trigger too. But what I'm trying to say is that when a trigger is exposed to you, you have the choice to not act. And that choice determines whether you make it or not, comes down to discipline. So today, for me to not go forward and give in to my feeling or desire to binge eat was just discipline, was simply just discipline, guys. And for my self-improvement journey, I just wonder today that why do I make things so difficult? I try to, find more methods. I try to look for more knowledge when really all it comes down to is discipline. If you have the will or not, it is simple as that. You could read countless of books and look for the silver bullet like I am looking, but really, all you are trying to do is avoid discipline. But discipline cannot be avoided, right? Discipline is the foundation of self-improvement. If you lack discipline, then you are someone who cannot succeed in this journey. And this goes with everything, guys. Yes, reading more self-improvement books, reading, business books, public speaking books, all these other books may help you have some more understanding. It will make you have an explanation for why you do certain things. For me, today I felt hungry because I understood that this was a trigger. You see, if I had not upgraded my knowledge through consuming books, then perhaps I would not understand what it means to have a trigger. But at the end of the day, I didn't go forward with my trigger was because of discipline. So knowing that it is a trigger won't allow you in a way to just let the thought go, to let the feeling go of not being hungry, because that requires discipline. So I just want to remind you guys that if you are looking for this new tactics, this new method, this short way of avoiding discipline, of avoiding your commitment to change, then stop. Because all you need is discipline, guys. Nothing else will help you if you can't give yourself some discipline. If you can't put some sense into yourself, then don't come and cry and wonder why nothing is working for you. You cannot blame anyone or anything if you have not mastered yourself on discipline. Having discipline will go a long way, guys. Right? No amount of self-improvement book will give you that. But this is something you have to commit to. If you can't have discipline, then you cannot succeed in life. It is literally just as simple as that. But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys have learned something from this. But if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, good night.